Yo, what's going on guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 10 tips that you didn't know in Ark Survival Evolved on the PS4. Now, obviously maybe some of these tips you did know. If you did know all of them, then please leave a comment down below. Let everyone know a tip that you think no one else knows, or maybe they didn't know, something to help out the community and whatnot. If you did know some of these tips and you didn't know some of the others or whatever, still leave a comment down below. Share your tips and help everyone out. Now, this is the third part of this tip series, and the first tip we're going to share with you is to help you out with a little storage. Now, I found that when you get a dung beetle and you start upping your, ramping your production of fertilizer, you have a bunch of fertilizer, especially if you have a small amount of defenses. If you got more defenses, then obviously that fertilizer is going to get put to use really quickly. But a great way to store your items that have low weight but can't stack, like fertilizer, or for example fiber that does stack in 200s, but you can store them way better on a dyno than you would in a storage box, because in a storage box you got 45 slots. On a dyno, I've put 50 pieces of fertilizer in this dyno, 50 stacks or single bags of fertilizer in this dodo, and look, we can still add more and more and more. And you just want to level up weight on these. I suggest using the dodo because other dinos you might actually use them. Dodos really just sit about and lay eggs if you got a bunch of them, so you can tame a bunch of dodos to store your low weight items. We got one for fertilizer here, aptly named Shitman, Shitman, and we got another one aptly named Fiberman, in which we can store fiber. So definitely put your low weight resources on a dyno instead of a storage box, as it just holds way more and you won't have to build a bunch of storage boxes to house all your items and resources. Now, the next tip I'm going to share with you guys is about the quets. Now, I found out this tip, I think about, the same day that we got the quets, or maybe the next day. One of my tribe members let me know that this was a possibility. Basically, while you're on the quets and his stamina's going low, you can just get off the quets and stand on the platform in order to let your quets' stamina regenerate. Now, this quets' stamina didn't go too low, so I can't really show you guys, or I can just fly about 5 minutes and come back and show you. Yeah, let's do that, because I do want to prove this to you. I don't want you guys to just think I'm just lying or chatting shit. Alright, look, the quets' stamina is 1,400, and it's consistently going down. If we get off it and look at the quets' stamina, look at that, it's recharging. Recharged all the way pretty quickly actually. Now, my next tip is a pretty easy one, something which I learned very early on, but someone shared it in the comment of one of my last videos. So since they thought that it was a tip that needed to be shared, I thought, well, maybe people don't know about this tip, and it's just double tap X to move one of any stack over. For example, we got 25 mejoberries here. If we only need 8, we can just double tap X and we got an extra mejoberry, add one at a time. Now, this next tip is about the level up animation. Now, this is going to be a great tip to use if you're in the middle of combat or whatever and you need to level up. To be honest, you probably shouldn't do that in the middle of combat, but you can do it on certain types of mounts. So if you're on the ground, and you want to rush through the level up animation, you just have to poop while it's doing the animation. So let's level up health, and then let's go to poop, and as you can see, we're out of it. If you are on a flyer though, the better option would be to just fly, because you can level up in the air, no problem. It won't do any sort of animation. You can just level up and go about your business. Now, the fifth tip I want to show you guys is about the long neck rifle. Let's get 2 long neck rifles on my hotbar actually. because I want to show you about the difference between using the long neck rifle with the scope and without the scope. Now with the scope, if you're standing up, you will get a bunch of sway like this. There's no way to hold your breath or whatever in this game, so that can be very annoying when you're trying to pick off targets at range. In order to reduce this sway, you can crouch and you can go prone, and that will reduce the sway significantly. As you can see here, it's kind of like there's no sway when you're prone. I believe there's still a little bit of sway, but I might be incorrect about that. But it is way better like this. If you're using no scope though, there is no sway whatsoever. So you can just aim down your sights and shoot where you want. It's completely still, completely steady. So if you can see far enough to get those long shots, then you will be able to land them a whole lot easier. But the scope does really help you zero in on your target. For example, like that, I can't really see what I'm shooting at. You can kind of see things in the distance, especially when things go out of render distance. It's going to be very hard to get a nice shot on anything. So I've tended to go back to the scope. I did have the feeling that, you know, no scope was way better because there was no sway. But if you can get into a nice position and just get prone, then you can do very, very well in a PvP environment. How did we not get that? Nah, doesn't matter. So the next tip is about torches. You can actually use your torch to set dinos on fire. That dino is not on fire. Does it have to be a... There we go. Look, that dodo's on fire. I don't know which dinos you can set on fire. Can we set this to... Oh, we can set the Tyranno on fire. Do not die, do not die. Don't know why you can't set the Stego on fire. Now, I'm not sure how much of a useful thing this will be in PvP. Like, it doesn't seem like the fire stays on them for a significant amount. Yeah, it's not consistently gaining damage like what a fire arrow will do. So I don't know if this will be the best way to take care of anything, but at least you know it's possible. Like if you're, I don't know, gathering at night and something comes to attack you, you should probably run away than try to hit at it with your torch. But the option is there. The option is there. You can probably do some good damage with this torch actually, if you just consistently hit them with it. You're quite good. Look at my durability. It's gone down way low though, so I wouldn't go to war with the torch. I definitely wouldn't do that. Alright, well, it took forever to get here, so I really hope this next tip works in a single player server, because it definitely works on a online PvP or PvE server. Although in an online PvP server you might have to contend with other tribes blocking off the obelisk. And this tip is that you can basically teleport back to base using an obelisk or a supply drop. So for example, we are currently at the green obelisk. Let's say we just went on a mining run or whatever and we want to get it back to base really quickly. We could just take everything out of the quets. If we had something in there, let's just take the platform or whatever. Let's say we over encumbered ourselves, so it'd be a real pain to get back. And then you just want to go to transmit Ark there. Oh wow, we still got metal in there. And you upload, no, you go to transmit to another Ark, or travel to another Ark in the top right hand corner, which will be on your if you're on an online server, it'll be in the top right hand corner. And then you just transfer to the same server that you're in, and when you spawn in, it will give you an option of where you want to, no, before you spawn in, when you load in, it will give you an option of where you want to spawn, and you can just spawn back at one of your beds. Now, right now, I am unsure if we can do this in single player. Let's just upload. Nah, see, it's going to drop all my inventory to do that. That's not what it's supposed to do. Let's transmit Ark data. Nah, but we need to go back anyways. And then we can just download and we can spawn. There we go, now we're back at base, but in online multiplayer you'll be able to do this with your full inventory, so it's actually way more useful than how it is in single player. It seems pretty useless in single player, to be honest, because you could just put that in the bed and fast travel like this. So yeah, that's a tip for online multiplayer. I guess it's not really useful for single player, sorry about that. My next tip is something that I'm unsure if I can actually demonstrate, because I spawned in a lot of stuff for this tutorial and I just couldn't be bothered to spawn in storage boxes, so I didn't do that. But you can actually barrel roll storage boxes, because on the first couple raids me and my tribe did, we basically would get into the base and then, you know, hatchet any pin coded storage boxes, which is a really long, tedious process. If you've done it, you know how boring and long it is. Can we get in there? Come on, I just want to barrel roll these boxes. But I've recently found out that you can actually use your Pteranodon to damage those boxes, and you can use your Pteranodon to damage wooden structures, although it's a bit finicky to try and damage a wooden wall or something, because it's kind of hard to keep your Pteranodon attacking the right tile. I don't know if we can get in there. Let me try the other door. Well, let's just do this to the compost bin. Can we hurt it? Don't think we can damage it. No, we can't damage it. But you can damage storage boxes. Believe me, guys. You can damage someone else's storage boxes. It is possible, and it is very useful if you're getting in a raid with your Pteranodon to just bring it in and destroy those storage boxes, because it's way quicker to destroy their stuff with your Pteranodon than an axe or whatever, and it uses like less resources because you don't get durability on your Pteranodon or anything. So yeah, anytime you can use dinos to destroy something, I definitely go for it. Now, another tip that you may not have known, I think they added it in the last update, is you can actually dismount your dino to the left hand side now. Before, you just automatically dismount to the right. If you press triangle, you just dismount to the right. In order to dismount to the left, or if you want to dismount to the right, you just push your left analog stick in the direction that you want to dismount to. For example, I'm now pushing it towards the left, and there we go, we dismounted to the left. Now, if you're on an RG, it's a bit finicky with the RGs. Do we have an RG up here? Yeah. Let me just bring them down. It's a bit finicky with the RGs, and I would assume that it's a bit finicky with the Quets also. Shouldn't have done that. Now, with the RG, if you go towards the left, it kind of, yeah, that happens. Because, like, when you get off the RG, I don't know, it just doesn't go all the way to the left. You can't do that properly. It just kind of stands you on the RG. So if you want to do that, you can just try and go to the left and, you know, don't move too much, and you can kind of stand on the RG and do that. Did seem like I was stuck on the back of the RG though. I don't know if you guys would want that to... Ooh, oh yeah, the RG's following me. I was thinking, what the fuck is that coming to eat me? Alright, stay there, Mr. RG. Now, the last tip I want to show you guys is about the supply drop timers. For example, here is the supply drop, and it's currently on 100 out of 100. Now, this timer will decrease, and the supply drop will lose what it seems to be health, and that is basically the time you have before the supply drop just disintegrates and disappears. So if it's on 10 out of 100, like, you can try and get to it really quickly and get the stuff, but generally I'd say leave it and go to another supply drop, because if you're in the inventory of a supply drop, or you're, you know, trying to upload something, or I think if you try to take something out and it ends, your game may crash. It's happened to me and my tribe mates a few times That's why we never go to supply drops. If it's lower than 10, we just go to the next one. But generally, when we were transferring our characters and items and stuff, we'd use supply drops because the obelisks are almost always blocked off. And in order to use the supply drop, you just go to it, you upload your stuff. But if it disintegrates while you're uploading something or transferring something, then your game will crash and you will be given an error message. And we had quite a few scares in which we thought we lost our characters, so I would definitely suggest to stay away from supply drops that are lower than 10. It's not worth losing your character over. But yeah, those are my top 10 tips that you didn't know, part 3. I hope you guys learned something from these videos. Probably won't be doing another one of these top 10 tip videos for a little while. I'll probably do more focused in-depth videos, but if you guys want more of these, then feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Please hit that like button if you like this video. Also be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Ark tips and tricks and gameplay videos. And if you want to check out either those tips and tricks or my gameplay videos, you can click on the playlist on the screen, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Also be sure to leave your tips in the comment section. Those do really help other noobs like myself and up and coming Ark players who want to learn more and get more engaged in the game and learn more about the intricacies and stuff that we may not know about already. So definitely do that, help out and whatnot. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.